How's it going, troops? Jordan here, and welcome to the weapons of modern warfare. In this episode, we'll be taking a look at the M16A4. The M16A4 is an American assault rifle that you unlock immediately at level 1, as it is part of the default assault class. The history of the weapon goes back to post-World War II, where the United States military started looking for a single automatic rifle to replace the M1 Garand, the M1 and M2 carbines, the M19A4 Browning automatic rifle, the M3 and the Thompson. The M14, chambered with the 7.62x51mm NATO round, sought battle in the early days of the Vietnam War, but was reported to be uncontrollable when the mode of fire was set to fully automatic. As a result, a request was made by General Willard G. Wyman in 1957 to develop a select fire rifle chambered with a 5.56mm caliber that could penetrate a standard US helmet at 500 yards out, whilst retaining a velocity in excess of the speed of sound and matching or exceeding the wounding ability of a .30 carbine cartridge. Ultimately, the result was the Armalite AR-15 rifle, a scaled down version of the Armalite AR-10. After further modifications to the weapon were placed, the new assault rifle, redesigned by Eugene Stoner, was subsequently adopted as the M16. Colt then started production of the M16 rifle in 1964, where the AR-15 saw its final days. The M16A4 is the fourth generation of the M16 series, and is manufactured primarily by both Colt and Fabrique Nationale de Hestal. It is equipped with a removable carrying handle and a full-length quad Picatinny rail for mounting optics and other ancillary devices. Nearly 6 decades later, and the M16 series is still going strong, as it continues to be used in service through various wars around the globe. With that being said, it's time to move on to some in-game stats. The M16A4 fires in 3-round bursts, meaning that 3 bullets will be fired in rapid succession before the next burst can be triggered. The reload time of the M16A4 is at a very quick 2 seconds. The rate of fire of the M16A4 is at 900 rounds per minute. However though, this is the rate of fire for the bursts of the M16, as the M16A4 has a burst delay of roughly 200 milliseconds, meaning that the overall rate of fire is at 437 rounds per minute. The magazine size of the M16A4 is at the standard 30 rounds per magazine, allowing for a total of 10 bursts before the magazine will need to be replaced with a new one. Because the M16A4 is a burst rifle, the recoil of the weapon is quite low, meaning for very precise and accurate shots over range. The weapon also deals very high damage. The damage figures for the M16A4 are at 40-30. This equates to a 3-shot kill up close, essentially meaning you can kill an enemy with 1 burst. At long distances, the damage drops off to 30, which means that the M16 will require 1 more bullet to secure the kill. The weapon also has a 1.4 times headshot multiplier, so depending on the range in which you are firing at, the M16A4 can kill an enemy between 2 to 3 shots within a single burst. So, let's move on to my recommended configuration when using the M16A4 in modern warfare. For the attachment slot, I'd recommend going with the red dot sight, due to the fact that the M16A4 is a very accurate and precise weapon, dealing with minimal recoil and high output damage. As for selecting perks, from tier 1, Bandolier is the perk that I have chosen, allowing for extra magazines, a perfect choice for staying in the fight. For tier 2, I have chosen Stopping Power, as it increases the bullet damage. With Stopping Power equipped, the M16A4 can kill in 2 shots for as far as 42 meters, as long as all bullets land on the target. And finally, for my tier 3 slot, I have chosen Deep Impact, which grants the weapon deeper bullet penetration through various materials. So, my final verdict on the M16A4 is a 5 out of 5 star rating. The positives to the M16A4 is that the weapon fires with accurate bursts at long distances. The M16 also has minimal recoil due to the fact that the fire mode is in 3-round burst, and with the 200 millisecond delay between bursts, it allows the weapon to reset in time for the next burst being fired. Not only that, but the M16A4 is fast firing and provides a very high damage output. The negatives to the M16A4 is that the weapon is meant to be used in medium to long range engagements. In close quarters, the weapon is very incompetent, and you're better off pulling out your sidearm instead. However though, due to a majority of positive traits to the weapon, it is only right that I have given the M16A4 the title of overpowered. This concludes the second episode of the weapons of Modern Warfare. Join me next time where I'll be covering the AK-47.